手置きを見せてやる。
Alright, so in this one it is time for a new top 10 list, and I think this one's going to be very extravagant and different to the ones you may see running around right now, with who is number 1, who is number 2, number 10, all these units. I do feel like what I'm going to say is obviously true to me in my gameplay, trying to use these new teams, these new formations, and all these things. So I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to see the feedback of this, because people might say no, straight up, just no, that's not it, that's not true. And I will try my best to explain. We will be going from 10 to 1, and then honorable mentions at the end of that, and kind of sort it out. I actually already did tweet this out a couple minutes ago at this point, and seems people are in agreement to a lot of things. You know, some things obviously not, but in a lot. And I'm just excited to do this. Honestly, I'm excited to do this because it makes me think that Legends, while it might not individually like making units better than one another, team-wise, it likes to at least allow some diversity and allow for some change to this being better, this being worse, etc., etc. Let me stop stalling and let's get into it. So, number 10. I think number 10 is LF Cell. Now, I'm going to explain everything and obviously go into detail, but before we do begin with the explanation and everything else as we continue, we are attempting to hit 15,000 subscribers before our anniversary does end, so if you are new and enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. Now, Cell. Why I think he's number 10, because I'm pretty sure I had him, what was it, 7, 6-ish, 5-ish even, a couple times ago. You look at what just came out. Again, this is obviously a team factor, of unit factor, of everything factored into the game, right? Well, a new yellow just dropped. New yellow with Tapion just dropped. And even Ultra Calican does exist. Well, he's not in top 10, I will say that now. He does exist, right? So Cell inherently is going to go down. There's yellows running around. Well, you might say the androids cover Cell because you're running blue, red, purple, right? That'd be Cell's primary team, I would think, of Sword of Hope, droids, and Cell, and you'd be correct on that. But in that regard, where is Cell being needed? If I'm up against fusions, like right now, the best fusion setup, I would say, even if you don't think it's blue, blue, yellow, which I would say it is, you just run blue, purple, yellow with Super Vegito instead of Vegito blue, right? Well, where is Cell needed there? Actually, he's taking more damage because Ultra Vegeta does more to PO, Super Vegito does more to regen. Cell's just inherently getting screwed over. And then if I'm thinking about other teams, where is Cell having an advantage to a non-disadvantage? Because movies, it's Tapion. Dragonless Goku could even do a lot of damage. Like, he can hit pretty hard. He's modernized Gogeta Blue, right? So you have fusions, you have movies that both have an advantage unit to him and no disadvantage. Well, Dragon Fist you actually don't have to take in, but if you do take him in, you can stall out. Like, you have Tapion. Tapion's always out. Like, Tapion's always ready. You shouldn't manage your timer count so badly to where you have Cell doing damage to your Dragon Fist. Like, that's just, at that point, it's just like, like, you just played that incorrectly. But more so, red, red, purple. Where do I need Cell against this? I don't. There's no situation where Cell is needed, and it's not to say Cell's bad. It's just, hey, look, strong yellow came out, so that means this unit goes down in value. The purple unit, right? Simple solution there. And you would think, okay, well, the strong yellow came out, that means the red skyrockets. And I will agree, to an extent, red units do gain value, but what about a red unit that is also becoming disadvantaged to that yellow unit? Where do they go? We will see as we continue. But Cell, number 10, honestly was a pain to put him here. Because again, he's been regarded as a higher tier unit. And maybe it is just a little bit of just, not bias, but I don't see him. I don't know his potential anymore. I really don't. I haven't seen this guy actually run and actually do something half decent, like besides dying in 2 cards because I have a new shiny Ultra, in weeks. Like, Tapion was doing 2 cards against him, killing him, and then I have Vegito doing it now. It's like, how do I value a unit that's just dying instantly? I understand his baseline kit and his team is good and solid, but you have to be better than good and solid. We'll see here, these units, maybe even their teams aren't that amazing, but the unit individually is so solid and such a carry that it's like, I gotta value them higher. I'm forced to value them higher. But Cell number 10 hurts me. It hits me with a heavy heart to say that. I like Cell, I really do. And he deserved the respect he got, but he has lowered because, hey, look, shiny new yellow, 2 shiny new yellows. Sorry, Cell. Gotta go down to the gutter down there in 10, which is not bad to be 10, just to say. It is pretty good to be number 10. It's worse to be honorable mentions, which honorable mentions is, it's a tough one. Honorable mentions, honestly. It was tough to even rate this, but as we continue, number 9, if I could find the unit here, it is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now, I don't think Vegeta has gained or lost value since MUI, right? You would think about it, he's not getting color disadvantage to these new units or to anybody else. Obviously, you see Cell there, but again, I see Cell, I don't really see any value because every single team that you run has a dominant yellow and or Cell is not tanky enough to tank hits from these type neutral units that are like that okay in damage. Like MUI can hit probably like 4 arts, and if you just get a decent scenario of, okay, well, their timer counts are screwed, Trunks is gone, Droids is gone, okay, 4 strikes, you probably kill and Cell in that 4 strikes, especially with this Vegeta's amp. But this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, to even further detail him, look, you're running him on a setup of one of 2 things. I don't know. The main setup will be Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, MUI, and then whoever your third is, right? Whis, Vegito Blue, whatever. And I'll just stick to that as the main thing, because you're not running Vegeta Clan. I see people try to run them on Future where it's like Droid, Cell, and Vegeta. I'm just thinking, while he does probably work, like he individually works, I hate the idea of, hey, look, my whole first unique of building up support to myself and allies, I'm only getting it to myself now. Is this worth it? I don't know. I don't really value it there. So again, I'm considering God Key more than I am considering the future build of non-God Key or Vegeta Clan units, right? So while you can say he works with the androids, yes, but then you're losing part of his kit, and while this is a team-based thing as well as individual unit-based, again, I have to look at the individual unit. If he's losing out on doing more for his allies, he's just going down. So why not look at God Key where he's actually maintaining, because he's buffing God Key on that, right? And he's buffing God Key. Him and MUI still are a very nice duo. They might have fallen down a little bit just because you have very strong units, like a very strong blue right now of Ultra Gogeta. You have maybe not the very strong unit against Vegeta here, but you do have Ultra Gogeta who can go neutral, and Ultra Gogeta, I've done it timeless times at this point. Timeless times. If not one combo, like 5 to 6 card this guy, because hey, lock in? Well, where are you going to go anyways? You're going to go to MUI? That'd be dumb, because you're just going to get nuked. You're going to go to Whis or VB? Well, they're still going to get, like, just destroyed beyond belief. And at that point, you can kind of manage Vegeta out. Vegeta's negative, and I say negative because, again, I'm comparing to, like, the top tier of the top, like, 2 or 3 units in the game here, is that he can't one-hit KO. Again, I feel right now that Blue, Blue, Yellow is the best team in the game, right? With me saying that, I'm thinking of all these green units, and I've done a lot of matches. You saw the video. If you didn't see it, go check it out, because it shows my point that I try to prove very often, which is, hey, look, if there's green units, this doesn't actually worry me. I actually can manage it pretty fine, even if it's type neutral, if not a green unit running around. Let's say G4, Angel Gold and Frieza, this Vegeta, Dragon Fist Goku. Those are kind of like the 4 green units you can see in PvP right now that are really just like there. Well, with Vegeta, he has the same situation as Dragon Fist, where you cannot one-hit KO anybody. This Vegeta cannot do that. He cannot just pop ult without any build-up, without anything going on, and just kill you. And with that, it allows you a situation of, okay, well, I have this blue, blue, yellow setup, let's say, hypothetically, where I have double disadvantage, right? I can just sack off VB. They do a strike into an ult, they'll probably kill VB. That's valid. That's great. That's amazing. It's a 2-card unit. Like, that's very good, and that's from full HP. Not going to downplay that. But in the same premise, what happens after that? Ultra Gogeta comes in. We're type neutral. I get your Vanish out. And then I do a combo, or at a rush. And you're locked in. I'm type neutral with you. What's happening here? Either you're getting one combo back, Doki Baki happens, 50-50. At that point, I just cover change out to Ultra Vegito, and then kind of vibe from there. And I'm up against a setup of MUI, which he can probably screw over Vegito, but I can also screw over MUI because I can go neutral. Like, there's situations where you have a clutch factor of this blue Ultra Gogeta just kind of winning out against Vegeta in more scenarios than it should be true, just because, again, you go neutral, you're locking in. If this guy can't one-hit KO the big baddie, and he's the green unit, I mean, doesn't his value go down at that point, right? And I know it's not easy to one-hit KO Ultra Vegeta, but that's exactly why these green units are number 1. That's why Ultra Vegeta is very high up, because he can't get killed in one card. G4, I actually had it. We're a 14-star G4. I don't know what the hell was going on there, why I didn't kill, but I think it was a strike into a blue, and you would think, okay, well, I have to swap out before that blue card hits me. I lived with like 600k, and it's like, okay, given that was from full, but the premise is you can't kill the main blue unit as a green unit. Your value is not as high. The units that do it better and better and better will have more value. While Vegeta does support and has a decent team behind him, he just has decency. He doesn't have extreme just godliness. And it's, again, not to insult Vegeta, it's really not, but it's just to say that he lowers value just because he can't do the job of, hey, I am a green unit, I can lock in these blue units, let me nuke them, I can swap out before that happens. And if that's a thing, well then Ultra Gogeta is always safe. And if Ultra Gogeta is always safe, what am I kind of missing out on? That's all I need to worry about. If Ultra Gogeta is safe, the match is pretty much like set in stone, easily comebackable. And if that's a thing, the green unit didn't do its job. It can kill all the other blues, that's fine. But the main blue, it can't kill. That's why he's 9, because he's killing all the other blues, but he's not killing the main blue. That's really it. Then, to continue here, number 8. Now, number 8, this one's going to be one people disagree with because, I don't know. I would say, again, the idea of blue, blue, yellow hasn't really been, I wouldn't say respected. It just hasn't been talked about yet. People really aren't trying these different teams. They're still using red, red, purple. They're still using movies with MUI. They're still using future, like, they're still using these basic teams. And trying new teams is difficult, right? You don't want to lose RP, so people really aren't trying new teams, but I think Vegito Blue is number 8, and yeah, to have him over Vegeta is insane, I know, trust me, it looks insane when I thought about it, but it's like, again, I explained this in the Blue Blue Yellow video, but I will explain it here again, and I'll explain it when I put other units above this unit, right? Blue Blue Yellow is the current safe team even against the greens, because again, I can name them off, and I could say this very confidently. Angel Golden Frieza will not one-shot you. Dragon Fist Goku will not one-shot you. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta will not one-shot you. G4, he's very uncommon, on top of he needs to do the ult to one-shot you, and he has no other stop time event to get you to get that one-shot potential, right? All these other units need to do at least one card into another arch to one-shot you, right? G4 can just do his main stop time. That's going to happen, right? You're going to get caught in a stop time event. Oh shucks, gee willikers, you die. That happens. It is what it is. But the uncommonality of that is very high because you would know when, okay, they're going to pop main here because they know you, because you know they want to just nuke the shit out of you. Like, you kind of can tell when something's going to happen and predict and anticipate. But that's like skill-based, and I don't want to like factor that into this because I feel like this is just supposed to be concrete, right? So Blue, Blue, Yellow. Vegito Blue, that is his team. No, it is not Future. It is not God Key. It is not, I don't know what else you could call it. It is fusions of Blue, Blue, Yellow. Then you have him there as a very good damage dealer. Honestly, the MUI killer, really, because while his blue card does do a meek amount compared to like 2 strikes do probably double his blue card's damage. Well, if I do a strike with this guy and then I do a blue card, I can confidently, pretty confidently at this point say 90 to like 85% of the time, I'm killing MUI. I'm killing the droids. And it's in video. It's on GodTube. Like, I have these things literally put up, shown out to where Vegito Blue can 2-card. And or if I do a strike into a strike again, I do it so quickly that the opponent didn't swap because they didn't anticipate that. They anticipated me to like sidestep and then predict off of that. Just, I don't know why. That's just how it works, right? Then I do a blue card off of that. I mean, if I could kill a red unit within frame 5 of the match, 5 seconds deep, and I'm just kind of vibing with my yellow now, Vegito Blue did his job. His job would be to nuke slash snipe slash kill, right? And if he can do a strike into a strike, which is very easy because people, again, they kind of expect a sidestep, and then they won't anticipate like, oh, he just went so quickly, he did a strike, then he dash forward, did a strike again. Wait, I thought he'd do a sidestep. Oh no, my MUI is almost dead. Oh no, blue card, dead. It's so simple. And then you could say, well, how do you get the blue card consistently? How do you get the blue card? Ultra Gogeta. Again, blue, blue, yellow. You have this consistency. Then, even more so, which is actually kind of insane, you think about it here. Vegito Blue spawns green cards, I believe, twice on entry, right? Let's see. I lead with Ultra Gogeta. Then I swap to Vegito Blue to continue a combo. And then they go from, I don't know, their MUI to their, I don't know, their Whis. And then Whis comes in. It's like, okay, I could stay with Vegito Blue, do the damage. But what if I want to go to Ultra Vegito? Because again, that's blue, blue, yellow, right? Ultra Vegito is the third unit. Well, I go to Ultra Vegito, and I have a green card spawned. Ultra Vegito's green card makes him go neutral. So they'll probably swap to the androids there, right? Because, oh, look, well, now I'm going to be disadvantaged. Let me swap to the androids. And then you have Vegito, Ultra Vegito, who is type neutral at this point, and he's stacking cards, and he's going, and he's doing decent damage because he's neutral. And then you have like, all your timer counts delayed to the point where you can probably swap to Ultra Gogeta by the time you sidestep, and then boom, you're back to business because, okay, now what do? I just kind of vibe out and keep going. And even so more, you probably do 2 cards with Vegito at that point, right? So if you do 2 cards, you need, I think, 4 cards to swap on your tag mechanic. They can't swap for a little bit, and then at that point, you just kind of just work around it. If you get caught in a combo, you get caught in a combo. That's fine. You can get caught in combos with this team. It's not like you're dying in one shot. That's kind of it. There's a routine. There's a cycle that this team does offer with Vegito Blue style time eventing, with him making a green card, with him having Ultra Gogeta there to supply on blue cards. Vegito Blue is a very nice sniper. I wish he got more in his uniques because he got nothing in his uniques, but he didn't really need them. I mean, I would say number 8 is on the higher end of rating him here, but I'm on this blue, blue, yellow wave. I think it is the best. I don't think it's even doubtable. I think it could be questioned to maybe argue with another team and or, so, but personally, I feel like it's undoubtable. Vegito Blue definitely got a big value increase because very logical sense. Like I always say, very logical things happen in this game. Hey, look, I am a blue unit, and then there is a yellow unit that just came out. So I get more value because now I'm more safe because there's a yellow unit to save me. That's Vegito Blue. And that's also Ultra Vegeta, who also gained more value. As we continue, and again, I feel like that will be disagreed upon, number 8 there, but that's okay. You guys have your opinions, I have my opinions, and we agree or disagree, right? Number 7, now while I am gassing this blue unit here, I have to acknowledge and value that LOE and Angel Gold and Frieza particularly is still very good. Now, I will say, just to reiterate a point, I've had Vegito Blue, Ultra Gogeta, 2 combo Angel Gold and Frieza's. Like, I do 2 or 3 strikes, and it's not like they're going to swap anyways. They're a green unit to my blue unit. Why would they swap? They're getting to like 40% HP at that point from like 2 or 3 strikes. And then I do an ult, and I'm probably almost killing, if not barely not. And it's like, okay, well. He's very fragile, but his output, I feel like his output is menacing enough to kind of warrant him being higher. That's about it, though. LOE, I don't know what it needs, because it has a very strong green here. Like, this is probably, if I'm thinking about it here, this is probably the 2nd strongest green in the game, right? And they have that. It's just that he's not any way defensive, and I guess that's the factor of non-boost, but I think he's set in that position just because of his color and how I'm not seeing red, red, purple as number 1 anymore. I just value a green unit as higher, and again, you might see Vegeta down there like, oh, what happened to him? I already kind of explained it with his team where it's not like ideal, and then you just have units that get nuked beyond belief on that team, and Vegeta takes longer than Golden Frieza to ramp up. Like, if I do 2 blasts with Golden Frieza just on a Vegito Blue, who's already in, and they didn't swap to Ultra Vegito, I'm probably doing, like, 70 to 80%. And that's, like, that's just really there. And also, anti-blast armor. Well, I have 2 fucking blast armor units. It's eventually going to happen where I just go through a fucking blast on my Vegito Blue or Ultra Gogeta, and you're going to do, like, 70% on that one blast because you have 150% of blast armor. The effectiveness in Angel Gold and Frieza is very high, and he can do a good output. That's about it, but, I mean, that is what you want, right? You want to kill somebody, and if you have the output for it, you're valuable. Pretty simple logic. Again, a little bit shaky because his team isn't peak perfection LOE, right? Just other teams have caught up to that at that point and just surpassed it. But him himself, very good. You could kind of just slap him somewhere, maybe like PO with the androids, go like, okay, Angel Gold and Frieza, the androids rival Frieza. I mean, that's just LOE at that point, but you kind of just run that, and then you have basically everything covered. Again, it's very fragile because you don't really have a tank there, but it does have everything covered, and it does work out very nicely. Number 6, I will have my boy Tapion. Yes, Tapion as number 6 here. He is core on movies. Gotta applaud him here. I would say he is the best 1% unit right now in the game. Yeah, it kind of is crazy how he went from, you know, Whis being up there, then Angel and Frieza being up there, and now it's Tapion. We just keep getting new 1% units that are very good, and honestly, W. Again, I see this anniversary, and that's the video actually prior to this, where I kind of went over the anniversary. The unit value-wise, unlike the part 2 of the anniversary, was very high, because, I mean, the whole anniversary, technically, except for maybe the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, all the unit value, it's like the LF / I guess headliner units are all top 5, and then I'm looking at Tapion, who's like top 10. I'm looking at is everything around that. It's pretty good value for these anniversary unit, anniversary unit specific units, right? But to continue on, why Tapion here? Movies. You run Dragon Fist, you run Ultra Gogeta, and you run Tapion. I've seen a setup and I don't agree with it. I don't know if it's my MUI bias that I hate him so much, or I just don't think it works, but I see MUI slapped on movies more than Ultra Gogeta, and I'm thinking to myself, you're valuing auto and neutral play more than you're valuing a lock-in and type neutral. And I think about that and I wonder, what's more valuable? I would feel like in a lot more matchups, neutral probably is less valuable, because all neutral play really does is help you learn how your opponent plays, right? Honestly, you're going to get caught. I know MUI allows you to just stall out and wait and maybe lower timer counts on top of that neutral play, but I can't really value MUI against Ultra Gogeta and have MUI be higher. Even on that setup specifically, you're losing out on pure equips at that point, you're losing out on a better unit at that point, just individually better unit. Well, I guess you have stalling and kind of just neutral. Why just maintain neutral when you can just maintain type advantage and or neutrality on your unit forever after Tapion's dead, and then you have this situation of a lock-in. Where's MUI being better there? He's not. Even prior to that, he's not better, but even there especially, he's just worse off, right? But Tapion giving so much fucking utility, so many... I have my hands sealed half the time I play against Tapion. Like, he's so damn annoying. A team heal he offers, the AoE that he does on his, death, which is very new and very, honestly unique. I'm proud of Legends for doing something so unique like that, but Tapion offers a lot of help to Dragon Fist Goku, who really doesn't need it, but, he'll fucking take it, right? Again, he is just modernized Gogeta Blue, Mr. Dragon Fist, because he has Cover Null, and he builds up. Is that not Gogeta Blue? Cover Null builds up. You get him built up, you're doing big damage. The thing is, Dragon Fist is that he has a higher retainability, and then he just has more going on after his gauge. Obviously, Gogeta Blue is very one-trick pony, click cards, do ultimate big boom damage. Not anymore, but it used to be big boom damage, and that was his thing. But Tapion helps Dragon Fist a lot. He helps everybody. He supports every unit in the game. He's like LF Zenkai Frieza, where it's just, okay, 30% to everybody, and then key recovery to everybody. Tapion does the same exact attribute, and even so, his main ability spawns a green card. Ultra Gogeta's green card allows you to combo whenever the fuck you want. Again, more reason I would say Ultra Gogeta over MUI in that movie's setup, more than the pure equips, is just let me combo. And I get to combo you? I get to farm a rush? Where's my drawback? There's no drawback. MUI is neutral play. You get the neutral situation working out nice, but where's your cover null? You have to pop main to get that. Why not just have Gogeta pop a green card to get that? You know what I mean? I feel like it's not really an argument there where you'd have, Ultra Gogeta over MUI in a core setup. But Tapion, a very finite unit there, a very well done unit. Very proud of him. And now, the top 5. I feel like the top 5 is something mostly agreeable. I feel like there's only one spot where people don't agree, but again, I'm curious to see what you guys think, right? So, number 5, I actually can't find them here. Where in the hell are you? Wait, I'm missing you. Wait, no, I'm not. I can't be missing you. I did this list already. There you are. MUI. Yes, I think MUI is number 5. He offers a great neutral play. You know, even more so as well now. There is a new yellow in the meta. While there is blue yellow as a team, yes, there is a new yellow. So while he doesn't necessarily gain insane value, because again, 2 blues, he does just have some value just overall given toward him there. But offers great neutral play. Very tedious unit, and he can honestly be so tedious. He makes your opponent make so many mistakes just because they're so tired of how tedious he is. But does have some drawbacks of himself, obviously not going neutral, and some of these things, only gaining endurance when last man stand. Again, has some drawbacks, but he offers great neutral play. He's on a top tier team of red, red, purple, and with red, red, purple, I mean, can he really be that bad if he's the one stalling out and waiting for the androids to come back? That's kind of why I don't like to value him that high, but I do have to respect them because all he's really doing there is waiting. You're just waiting for your better unit to help you. And, you could probably say the same thing for Vegeta Blue to, like, Ultra Gogeta. You're just waiting for your Ultra Gogeta. But I see a lot of circumstances where I see Vegeta Blue actually hitting harder than Ultra Gogeta. And maybe it's a star issue or something like that. Because I have peaks set up on both units, right? But it's also that you're not really forced to wait for these other, situations to work out. But MUI, nonetheless, even as much as I do dislike and hate how he is pushing his agenda of nothing play, he does do it well. He does it perfect. I mean, that's his job. And he does stalling. That's his job. He does his job well. He has to be top 5. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like him. But he has to gain my respect somehow. Top 5? I feel like that's respectable enough, right? Number 4. And I see a lot of people disagree with this. And this actually interests me that this is disagreed upon more than anything else. I mean, maybe something else. But this. Dragon Fist is number 4. I don't know why people feel MUI is higher. So think about it. Red, red, purple. Okay, that's a team, and that's MUI's best team. You're not going to think about any other team with MUI. Dragon Fist. I'm thinking about Ultra Gogeta, Tapion, Dragon Fist. Okay, so I have my yellow to counter out Whis /18. Then I have Ultra Gogeta to counter out MUI, and then 17. Then I have Dragon Fist, who's pretty free. I mean, Whis isn't doing anything in damage output, and then you just kind of have cover null, so you don't really have to worry about MUI. And then if you just get a situation where Whis is on cooldown, Dragon Fist is just kind of soloing. Again, he's very simplistic in the aspect of, I am Gogeta Blue in 2022. If he has that, I don't see much lacking, and maybe this is me having him 14 stars, but I also have MUI at 9, so I could understand his value as well. Maybe not as much because he's only at 9. I haven't run him in a little bit, but I face off against him every single day. Compared to Dragon Fist, I face off against MUIs a lot more, actually, because Red, Red, Purple is just so commonplace. And then I also see MUI and Dragon Fist go together, because I see that movie set up where it's like Tapion, MUI, Dragon Fist, and I already discussed that, where I think Vegeta's better there. But nonetheless, he's a very simple build-up. He can farm a rush. He has cover null. You just get his build-up. I mean, I feel like he's very simple, where you just do his stuff. Like, even if you're hitting disadvantage, just let him build up. I see a lot of situations where people swap out when they're hitting, let's say, a Super Vegito or something like that with this guy. LF Super Vegito. And they swap out, and it's like, sure, you're not getting too great damage here, but this is meant to late game. Like, I have tons of matches. Again, I have evidence of this, what I'm saying, where I just have Dragon Fist 1v3ing, and it's just like, it's very simple and casual 1v3s, where it's just, yes, 14 stars, I get it, that's a thing. But it's also something you could easily do on your own. It's just, okay, I have to do one less card because I have this much star amount. It's still very doable because this guy has double card draw speed after main his gauge. After he gets that, he pops main, he restores his own vanish, removes their vanish. You literally win 1v1s because this guy has gauge. And you get your gauge after doing 1 arts, if you don't have it even close, when he's last man stand. So it's very simple in his manner of winning and doing what he does, which is cover null, farming rush, and then doing damage. And he does all of that. I feel like the neutral play of MUI, while it is strong, cover null is probably one of the strongest things in the game right now. I mean, I look at, let's say, Ultra Vegito, and I see the biggest negative to him, and everyone points it out, and again, biggest negative is that he doesn't null cover consistently. He does it off of his counter mechanics. So I have to counter, and then after that, I'll have, what, I think it's 10 counts of cover null. Well, Dragon Fist has that 2 times, 20 counts at peak, forever. And it's like, how is he losing value to MUI? Because especially on the setup that you're running Dragon Fist on, Ultra Vegeta is countering out these scary units. Then you have Tapion countering out and Dragon Fist weakness. Then you have Dragon Fist existing, because who's a purple that you're scared of right now? Really? Who? Like, I looking at my list here, who are you scared of that's purple? No one's really gonna beat the fuck out of you. Really? Just feel like he has more value because intrinsically, can't say the word, his team is better. Team is equivalent. I would say movies is equivalent to Red, Red, Purple. Maybe not better, but equivalent to Red, Red, Purple. And I would say that's his biggest foe. I don't think there's a bigger foe than that for him. And I feel like he just kind of works out even more so because you have Ultra Vegeta being so top tier to where he can just kill out these big issues. I think it just works out. I could be wrong, but I think it just works out. Now, top 3. Oh boy, I need a drink for this one because this is going to be talking for this explanation. I know you guys are like, oh my god, shut the fuck up already. You know, I'm good. I got to keep going here. God, my throat hurts. But yes, top 3. Number 3 in the game, I do think, is the new boy of Ultra Vegito. Yeah, honorable mentions. I'll just touch on them. I won't like OD on it. I'll just touch on them. Ultra Super Vegito. Firstly, congrats to be number 3 here. I think it's not even debatable that he is above the 2 LFs that came from this anniversary. Like, if nothing else, I think he's at least above them, right? But Ultra Super Vegito, he is a menace. This guy is a defense type who hits like a god. You know, this ultimate that I see from him, dude, I will throw this ultimate against MUIs, 14 star, 10 star, 11 star, 12 star, and they'll go from full HP, right? They'll go from full HP to about 50% to 45 to ranging 60% at peak. This is a yellow unit that's a defense type doing that because he has such a good multiplier of slice damage. I believe that penetrates cut in a higher aspect and penetrates defenses to an extent. He does so much work on his output. He has the green card to go neutral while he doesn't have cover null from that. Let's say you have a blast starts. Well, let's say you don't have a cover change. Let's say, situationally, you're up against movies and they have no blast cover change. Well, you do blast, then you do the main into the ult. Sometimes I just kind of throw the ult even when I have Vanish because I know I'm going to beat the fuck out of somebody if there's no red. And someone's probably dying. And that's what this defense type Ultra Vegeta is doing. Obviously, his best team would be that Fusion Blue Blue Yellow setup that I keep mentioning here. And with that best situation for him, I can't really see a glaring drawback that really like sets him behind in any aspect. Like, he does have drawbacks. I won't deny that. Every unit on this list honestly does have drawbacks. Like, Dragon Fist has a drawback of he has to do a lot of arts. That's 12 arts to get his gauge. That's a drawback. Him only having cover null, 20 counts, you really gotta like only go in with him when you're attacking, right? There's no reason to go in without attacking because then you have no more cover null, then you're just risking not getting your gauge, and it's not worth it. MUI, he doesn't have, type neutral, he doesn't have endurance till last man stand. There's a drawback. Ultra Vegito, he's no exception to this rule. It's just that his drawbacks are so minute in comparison to what his actual output and situation in a match is. It's not as glaring. Like, Dragon Fist, that's pretty glaring if you don't get the arts done before your cover null's up. MUI, it's pretty glaring that you don't have endurance like a last man stand. Well, Vegito always has, yes sir! Always has this endurance. Vegito is always doing this stacking of card draw speed. Vegito is always doing this insane ult damage. He's always double vanishing. He's always having his gauge to where you can at least stall out. I wouldn't say it's the greatest gauge. I think it's pretty mediocre, honestly. But it allows you to stall out. And his glaring issues is, okay, that gauge is a one-time use when he's in. Because it takes up the whole bar after he uses it once, right? And then the other glaring issue would be the green card doesn't have cover null. Well, in that retrospect, at least he has all these other things. And honestly, he can have negatives because the units around him are so good. Like, a top 3 unit here, shocking, will be Ultra Vegeta. And with Ultra Vegeta being a top 3 realm, it's a blue. This is a yellow. He's getting covered by a, well, at this point, top 2 unit in the game, right? I feel like Vegito, while he does have issues, and they are exploitable, I feel like they are so minute in comparison to anybody else, on top of being saved color-wise, just synergy with a top-tier blue unit. I don't think he really falters in many departments, because again, those glaring issues, while they do exist, they aren't that hurtful. Like, I'm running this guy, and I'm not really, like, getting screwed over by Vegito not having cover null, or not having this. Like, it exists. It sucks that happens, and, you know, sometimes I'll get cover changed on. But I'm not throwing a match because, god damn it, I didn't have cover null. Like, let me just predict better. Let me just use this better. And honestly, like blue, blue, yellow for that aspect of, okay, well, let me actually use my brain more. Like, I predict this drop combo because I don't have cover null. Instead of, you know, red, red, purple androids, oh, green card, boom, 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 infinite combo, you know, cover null forever, etc., etc. It actually makes you think a little bit more. And with that, if you ever drop combo this Vegito and you just kind of go from there and you work out with it, like you make everything just go smoothly, you are killing that next unit who's part of that next combo. Well, it might be a red, maybe you won't with the ultimate, but if it's a type neutral unit, any unit in the game, you will kill them. If you do, let's say, a strike into an ultimate, you will fucking kill them. His ultimate hits like a goddamn truck, hard as Vegito Blue, and that's because Ultras do have cut pen, with Mr. Vegito here being the first one on his ultimate. And when you have cut penetration and you have high stats and you are insane, you're going to be hitting very hard. Look at Vegito Blue. He has 100% cut pen, right? His ultimate hits very damn hard. Ultra Vegito is no exception and does similar amounts, if not even higher sometimes. Number 2. All right. I know this he'll probably skip to, so enjoy, right? You are here for the popcorn treatment of enjoyment, where you're just like, oh, I disagree, but let us get into it. Number 2. Yes, I think the LF androids are number 2. Now look, hear me out, because I'm going to go in depth on this one. I feel like this one really needs to go in depth, because people are like, no, and I'm going to hear that, and I'm not going to hear much reasoning, so let me reason for you and explain my perspective here. Blue, blue, yellow. Full counters out. Red, red, purple. Yes or no? Yes. Color-wise? Yes. You maintain advantage very simply, very easily. I don't think it's even hard to maintain advantage on that, because you lead off with your blue. They probably lead off with MUI, because MUI has this auto-dodge mechanic. You just stand there and do nothing. Okay, stand there and do nothing. That happens. And then let's say you get comboed by the androids. Okay, well, I'm blue. The 17's always going to be red in the beginning, so I'm always with my blue unit. Okay, as soon as they swap, I swap. I always maintain my swap to theirs. So if I see Whis in and I can bring Vegito, instantly comes in. If I see MUI in, instantly Vegito Blue. Now if I see Android 18 and it's like, oh shit, I gotta be ready for something at this point, I will go to Ultra Vegeta. And then I'll have some stalling factor because I have the Blast Armor, I have the green card, that's a stop time event. You have some factors to stall there, and then you just kind of maintain your timer counts around the idea of, look, the androids exist, be scared of them, but also remember, if they're in with 17, Ultra Vegeta does a ultimate, he one-shots. I've seen it timeless amount of times at this point. Again, he one-shots. Vegito Blue, always one-shots at that point. And then you always see, I feel like it's just very commonplace at this point, and it's very interesting to me. That's so commonplace. Another one! It's very interesting to me, it's so commonplace. You always see MUIs just kind of drifting and floating around there, right? So what if just hypothetically, and I can't prove more than by the proof of the videos, you stop time then you catch an MUI. Let's say you did a green card Vegito Blue because he spawned a green card. Then you got their Vanish out. And then it's a 50-50. And MUI is just like floating like a ditzy man. And he's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Then he does like an arts. But you have your ultimate ready. Oh. Who wins that situation? I've had countless times where Vegito Blue, on main ability, catches MUI. Gogeta, on main ability, catches MUI. At that point, that situation where they don't have triple swaps is so easy. Because it's also the same thing back. Whis can get screwed. Whis will die in one of the Vegito Blue arts into an ultimate. You're not going to your 17. You're not going to your MUI. You're letting Whis die. They can't swap. And now I can just maintain advantage 10 times easier. I feel like it's just full counters at that point. And then, for those that might say, oh, I'll run Future instead. Right. So, Vegito Blue and Ultra Vegeta countering out your droids, and then Cell being countered out by Ultra Vegito, and then Sword of Hope existing, right? That'd be the blue, red, purple, right? That's Future. What's happening there? You're just your Sword of Hope is your last hope at that point. And it's like, are you really going to bank on him? I don't know. Now, while there are situations where you can get screwed over, and obviously, hey, oh no, I lost this unit early and I lost them first, don't fret. Because let's say you lost Vegito Blue to a rush from the androids, and the androids did the rush, because obviously they do the rush because Ultra Vegito has endurance. They have to rush, or you're going to live that, right? Oh no, whether it be 17 or 18, Ultra Vegeta comes in. Ultra Vegeta does the tackle, because they have no cards in hand. You catch them. You do 3 or 4 arts. The android's dead. I know, right? It sounds crazy. I think they're number 2 because they can't get counted out so easily by the best team in the game, in my opinion, Blue, Blue, Yellow. And while the androids do have a million different things of cover and all of infinite utility, of removing Dragon Balls, of healing, and all these things that they can do, just ins and outs and ins and outs and ins and outs, I do not think they are number 1 right now in Dragon Ball Legend PvP. I do not. Again, I gave scenarios of explaining why this or that, of why they're like not being number 1, but just to say why they're number 2, Covernal. Red, red, purple. Still, I have to say more? Really? You know what that means. I know what that means. It's insane. It's tedious. But it's not the best. It is not. And then number 1. The only one left. Ultra Gogeta. Yeah. Actually, I'll touch on honorable mentions. I'll just add them onto the list, right? Honorable mentions. I just want to reassure that I have the same thing here. I would have, and it's in order, right? Well, we'll go on because Movies is a very good team, and he honestly is like a 5th member you could have run on the team. And then continuing forward, be Raul Frieza, LOE getting more helpfulness in the meta. Obviously, him being very good does work out. And then Sword of Hope, while Sword of Hope is not the greatest, he definitely can do some work and help out. I still think he is okay. Honestly, could swap Sword of Hope and G4 as that last honorable mention, because G4 obviously has more value with Blue, Blue, Yellow being a team. But yeah, and honestly, Whis could even be on this, but I think these 3 are fine enough. But Ultra Gogeta, to explain it, I've said it, I don't know, like take a shot every time I've said Blue, Blue, Yellow in this video. Blue, Blue, Yellow. Ultra Gogeta is spawning you blue cards. He has amazing green card of null cover, canceling attribute upgrades on the enemy, canceling attribute downgrades on himself. He has the double ultimate when last man stand. He has the incredible, super valuable lock-in / type neutral when someone's dead. Again, the scenario that is very simple that I do very often is I get rushed. Okay, well, I have Gogeta in. I lower 5 sub count. By the way, he does that on himself, or for his allies rather, when he's in and getting rushed. I sack off Vegito Blue. Oh no, this unit's rushing me. They're a green unit. Oh, brr. Oh my god. But they wasted their ult, or they wasted their main already because they tried to catch me and they missed, and then whatever happened. Or they hit me and then they rushed me from there on, right? Whatever happened. Let's say they have or don't have their main. And at that point, afterwards, I go to Gogeta. I'm type neutral. I'm going to beat the fuck out of that unit because I'm type neutral. And I'm just going to nuke the shit out of you because I have my ultimate early because it's 20 counts on his main ability. Gogeta, I don't think I have to explain it better. He just does everything he needs to do. He covers everything he needs to cover. And he has every basis just kind of fulfilled. Now, obviously, I have to preface this. This is probably dumb to preface at the end because I'm prefacing at the... Whatever, fuck it. Droids are individually better than Ultra Gogeta. I'm not saying droids are worse individually, but this game is not individual. It is a 3v3 game. And if I'm thinking about it, honestly, if I'm thinking about the numbers, look at the numbers here, right? Let's even say droids were number 1 and Ultra Gogeta was number 2. Numbers. So it'd be a number 2 unit, a number 3 unit, and a number 8 unit. Then I look at MUI, and then the droids. A number 1 and number 5, and then Whis would be like top 15, right? Wouldn't that just say Blue, Blue, Yellow's better, just individual unit-wise rating? I'm just thinking logically here. But Ultra Gogeta, I feel, is number 1 with Blue, Blue, Yellow, with Red, Red, Purple being countered out by Blue, Blue, Yellow, and so on and so forth from that, with no green unit being able to one-shot KO, and I've stressed this point very hard this entire video, no unit can one-shot KO a blue unit right now, because you're not wasting Dragon Fist Goku's main early. Angel Golden Frieza needs to do a few arts, Vegeta needs to do a few arts. You cannot one-hit KO these blues. That's why the blues are so valuable. They cannot die in one card. If a unit can't get one-shotted, then the unit's living and thriving and eating. Isn't that how that works? And if so, okay, I'll let Vegito Blue die. Then my type neutral Ultra Gogeta will beat the fuck out of your unit. Angel Golden Frieza, he ain't tanking. Dragon Fist, he ain't tanking. Vegeta, maybe. Vegeta could, he could hold up and tank against Ultra Gogeta neutral for sure. But Vegeta's lower. Vegeta's less valuable. He's worse because his team is worse. Love what you guys think of my top 10 list in Dragon Ball Legends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.